Let us solve the exercise number 4 in the part A of operating system lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to accept a word and check whether it begins with a lowercase vowel, uppercase vowel, or ends with a digit. Or we have to also check whether it is a three-letter word. So many things have to be done. So what I've done is I have installed. Let me go to the thing over here. I have taken the QoS operating system. You can go to the QoS and download the required operating system. The reason why I have taken the QoS is if you have the Trinity desktop, it will work on a CPU of 400 megahertz and it will require only 256 MB RAM. However, the version that I'm using is slightly better. I'm using Plasma and I need a 1 gigahertz, and which is obvious. Today we have almost all the labs we have 1 gigahertz CPU, and I mostly, even if you run Windows will roughly take 3 GB of RAM in order to run it in a normal way, and there will be roughly 1 GB of RAM which is available. Remember, it may not require 1.2 GB full, but it requires that, and definitely almost all labs or almost all laptops will have 6 GB of free memory. That's the reason I have selected this OS. What I have done is I went to the VirtualBox, which you can directly go to the virtualbox.org, which is a now it is owned by the Oracle. So virtualbox.org. You can go to this site and you can go to the downloads. Once you go to the downloads, you see this Windows host. If you are using Windows, just download this Windows host and download. After downloading this, you also accept this and download the extension pack that is required, but it is better you use the extension pack. Once you have downloaded the VirtualBox and its extension, double click on it, the VirtualBox extension, click next, and yes to all of them. It will say it will interfere with your network host and so on and so forth. Yes, and it will run it. So once the last thing it is going to say is, do you want to run the VirtualBox? Say yes. When it is running, when you get this VirtualBox running, you will see like this without this part. You won't see this part because I have already installed one OS on it. You see this kind of blank without anything on this side. You will see the VirtualBox running. After that, you just double click on the extension pack. I'm going to just double click on the extension pack, but I will not install that extension pack. Now it is asking me, do you want to reinstall it? In your case, it will say, do you want to install the VirtualBox extension? Scroll down and you will get that I agree. So just scroll down on that. When you reach the last end, you will get this I agree and install. Now I'm not going to do it. After that, you will see on this side, you will see installing. Somewhere it is going to show you installing. You won't see any prompt, nothing of this type. It will simply install it. Then I have provided you a link. If you don't want to install the QoS on your own, I have provided a link for you wherein you can download the installed version of QoS. So once you download that installed version of a QoS, so you will see that it is going to be a RAR file, so QoS.rar file. Then you need to unzip that or unrar this because it's a RAR file, unrar that particular file. If you don't have any tool for unraring, Windows, I don't think so. Windows will by default unrar that particular thing. You need either WinZip, the newer version of WinZip, or WinRAR, which are both are paid version, or you can have a 7S. You can just download this 7-zip. You just search on the Google 7-zip, and you get that 7-zip. You just search 7-zip, and you will be able to download. This is a free software, so you don't have to worry about the licensing. Open this RAR file inside it. So you go to the location D drive wherever you have downloaded it, and select it and just drag it. Okay, I'm not going to do it because it will take slightly longer time because it's a nearly 2 GB and it will unwrap and it becomes nearly 6 GB. I have already told you it's going to take nearly 6 GB after installation. So this thing will take slightly longer time. You unrar it, preferably to D drive, because I have installed it on my machine. I installed it on D drive, so it is better you also do it. Sometime it will give you a error saying that it is not able to find it in D drive and so on. So get it onto the D drive. D drive root, it is enough. Just drag it to the D drive, and once you drag it, you are going to find this kind of thing there. Inside it, you are going to find this kind of thing. Just double click on this part. Okay? So double click on blue colored icon, qos.vbox. When you double click, you are going to see this icon, the one that I'm showing you now. You are going to see this thing. Okay, you are going to see this particular thing over here. Next time onwards, you don't have to do it. This is the only time you're doing it. Next time onwards, just open this virtual box and click on it and then start it. Okay, when you start it, I'm not very sure, but when you start it, I have not saved my state, because sometimes I just save my state. If you find that you get an error message on the right hand side, if you get an error message, if you get an error message saying that the saved state could not be restored, or if you get that kind of thing, just right click on it and then say discard all the saved state. If you get that message, if you don't get it, well and good. So you have this option here, that is discard all saved state. If you get that thing, you can only do it. Then if you don't get it, well and good, just click on start and it's going to start. So if I just click on this start, it's going to start the, notice that powering up the virtual box. It's going to start the virtual box, and when it starts the virtual box, you will find that it's going to warm up, and you will see this kind of thing over here, and you don't have to touch anything. It will start on its own and it will show you a GUI. Okay? Now as it is loading, you notice that it is coming in a small window like this. So it will come in the small window, and if you have successfully installed, I'm not going to show you, it will take some time. Okay? If you have successfully installed this extension pack, what will happen is after logging in, it will come in full screen. So you notice it is going to come like this. Yeah. Here you have to log in. Here, let me just go here out of this one and zoom in and give it to you. So here you have to log in. The account that you see here, the two accounts are there. One is the general student, which is ordinary user. This is super user. So this account is super user. And if you want the password for both of them, the password is the obvious password, and the password is capital L, welcome at 123. Okay, this is the password for super user, as well as my account. For student account, every account, the password is welcome at 123. So I'm going to just remove it, and I'm going to just type it welcome at 123. Okay. And just I'm going to log in. See, when you log in, you'll find that it is coming in a bigger screen. You must get it like it's a bigger screen. You're not getting. If you're still getting it in a window, when it's here, then what you have to do is get it here, and then you go to the extension pack, double click on it, and again install it. Get that extension pack installed on it, so it will come in full screen. After that, immediately it won't come. Shut it down. You know very well how to shut down. You click on this one, and you have the turn off the PC, and shut down, and again restart from here. So restart from here. So every time you open this virtual box, click on the start. The virtual box will open. This window will open, and this I've just kept it here so that you can install any other new application you want it. In my case, I have not selected too many applications, because the size of it will be very large. You won't find anything like the editor, the general, like your Word, Excel, that kind of editors are not there. Any other tools are not there. It's a plain minimum UOS that is been there. What I have done is I have created a only thing that I've done in this is I have a console and a notepad QQ, which is nothing but notepad plus plus. Is two shortcuts are being created for you. Only that thing I have done it. So how do I start writing the application? You can close this one by clicking on this side. So if you look at here, there is one X mark here. You can just close that and it's going to vanish. This is your desktop. Full desktop, you can work on it. So let us try to solve. This is what you are supposed to do it. There are many ways in which you can write the program. Either you can use Notepad QQ, or you can click on here, and how you have used the Windows 7 or this one, you can just click on this one and then type, just to zoom in for you, and then type edit. So just type edit here and just type edit. Okay. And when you type this edit, you find this advanced editor, you can use it, or the source code editor, that is Notepad QQ, or ordinary editor, or if you are in love with virtual this VI, that is Vim, you can just use the Vim editor also. Okay, one and the same, you can use any one of them. Advanced editor also is possible, and the other one is also possible. By default, it will open this. This is Kate actually, advanced text editor, but I'm going to use the Notepad. This is Notepad QQ, that is the source code editor. You can open it from here, or you can open it from the desktop itself, where I have done it. But when if you are opening it for the first time, let me just, you are opening it for the first time. Now I have to come out and then do it. So I opened it in Windows. Okay. So if you're opening it for the first time, you will find one error here. So if you just open it, you will find that one file is there, which is not there. This actually, what I did was I opened it and then I deleted it and put bash. Then I copied it to the G drive. So just ignore this one. Just ignore that. If you are going to get it only for the first time. Second time onwards you won't get it, because that file has been deleted. That file has been moved to the other place. So I'm going to just close this one. sp.sh. I just wanted to see whether the shell script is working or not. So that file is deleted. Now you won't find anything. Just say discard this particular file. So nothing will be there. Now you can get it in full screen. That's how you are using it window. You can use it window itself. So let us look at first thing. You know very well, most of the time we save our file in My Documents. So generally we go to the My Documents and save it. So I'm going to double click on My Documents. So when I double click on the My Documents, it will open. My Documents will open. Okay. Inside this My Document, nothing will be there. I'm going to create my own folders. So I'm going to just create my folder. Right click on it and then say create folder. I'm doing it only once, because all my files will be there in that particular folder. So you can just create a folder and you can give it any name. For example, I will say this is the BCA folder and just click OK, or you can give your name also, so that you know that all your files will be there inside this one. Click OK and it's all done. So you have this BCA folder, and I'm going to save all my files in that BCA folder. Okay, so let me go back to the Notepad QQ. So this is my Notepad QQ. Let me just zoom out for you. Okay. Now let us come back to our story. See, the first thing that you're going to do is you have to save your file with an extension .sh. That's required. The reason why that is required is if you don't save it, it won't highlight the syntax. So when you make the syntax error, you don't know whether you actually done a mistake or not. Okay? So the first thing you will ever do is you just will save your file. So you go here and you're going to say save my file. Okay, save it. And when you save it, you know very well, you went to the My Document. You will straight away go to the My Document. If you go to the money, that is My Login, you will see, if you click on money, you will see My Documents. Double click on My Documents and double click on, or you can click here and then you have an option here to open it. Okay, you can do both of them. Some people cannot double click, I don't know why. So if you cannot open it, double click on, select it and then say open. So I'm going to go here, money, select desktop, open it. BCA, this is my folder. Remember, always try to save it in your folder. You notice here, this location here, BCA. So in My Documents, this is My Login Money and My Documents, and inside My Documents, this is BCA. You save your file. That is very important. You save your file with the proper name. What is the name? I'm going to say this is my exercise number 4. So I'm going to, you can give any name. So I'm going to say, let me click here, and I'm going to say delete this one, and I'm going to say exa4.sh. The extension .sh is very much required. Without that, there won't be any syntax highlight. So remember that thing. So just go there and save it. Just click on this save button here. So just click on this save it here. You notice that save is there. Save here, and it's all done. Now when you type it, it will highlight and it's going to show the content for you. Okay, so let's go and let us look at what they expected us to do. So they said accept a word and check whether it begins with the something. So let me go here, and you have to accept a word. Let me zoom in for you. See, you can hold the control and then use the mouse here. You can use the control and mouse wheel to zoom in or zoom out. So hold the control and move your mouse wheel. There is a wheel in your mouse. Move up or down, you will get the highlighted one. So I'm going to say read, and I'm going to use minus p. Okay, and I'm going to say please enter a word. Please. Why please? Okay, enter a word, and then I'm going to say I will read it to a variable called as word. Okay, done. If I just echo this one, okay, so how is it going to appear? I'm going to say echo. Okay, you notice that it is changing the color, and I'm going to say word. Okay, how is it going to appear? You save this file, you save this file, you save this file, and where have you saved your file? Remember, you have saved it inside. If you go to the, I'm going to close it, my documents. Double click on my documents. Inside my documents, you have BCA, and inside that you have your folder here, and you look at that folder. Inside that you have your folder. So ex4.sh. So this folder is there. Now, how do I run this particular thing? If you, I will tell you, if you double click, something will happen, but don't do it. So you go here to the tools. Later, I will tell you what it's going. Go to the tools, and you have an option inside this tools. You have an option open terminal here. Tools, keyboard shortcut is F4. You just press F4, it's going to open the terminal for you. So just open the terminal here. So you see the terminal is getting opened for you. So under my documents, and under BCA, you see that folder there, and you have to use this file name, same file name here, but you have to use the bash, because I'm going to use the bash shell. So EX, very careful, Linux is case sensitive. So that's a very important thing. What you type in capitals is not same as what you type in a small case. That's very, very critically important thing. So if you type E in capital, you have to type the E in capital itself. So you type this one and press enter. It is a enter the word. I'm going to say hello, and my program, what it is doing is I said enter a word, and I gave the word as hello, and it is going to show me the output as hello. So this is what it has done. Okay, let me go back, and I'm going to close it, and I'm going to come back to it again and again, so that you get to use it. So I'm going to put a colon here and a space. Remember, I put extra space here so that that space will appear in the prompt. Okay? And colon will appear so that you know where it is stopping. Now our work is not that one. We are not supposed to output what we are reading. We are supposed to, let me go back to my Windows now. So it is a bit challenging to me to go to the between this. Accept the word and check whether it begins with the lowercase, whether it begins with the uppercase, whether it is a three-word letter, and so on and so forth. So let us check for first one. What is the whether it begins with the lowercase vowels. So let's check for the whether it begins with the lowercase vowels. So I'm going to go over here. How do I check for the vowel? So I'm going to say if. So if and I will use the square bracket because I want to do one evaluation. So my input word is word. So I want the value of the word. So I will use the dollar. Okay, let me not get this okay, this one, and I'm going to say whether it is equal to. I will use this one. Hope you're familiar with this story. And what is this story? This is the regular expression matching. So I will match the regular expression is here, and it must begin. You know very well. Begin means you have this caret means it is the beginning, and what is it? It must match. It must match lowercase letter is A, E, I, O, U. These are vowels. So it must match in the beginning. It must match. So this means beginning. So it must begin with A, E, I, O, U. This is a regular expression evaluation. So you write like this. See, some people what they do is these are two ways of writing it. Some people just put a semicolon here and then directly type then here. This is the style some people use it. But we are familiar with the C program, so I'm going to say then here. Next line, I'm going to type the then here. So it is both are valid. Okay, you put what is it, semicolon, and then write it there, or you just take it to the next line. It is one and the same. So if this is matching, if my word is starting with the A, E, I, O, U, I'm doing a regular expression check. Then I'm going to say echo. You're familiar with that word. What I'm going to say, the the word begins with the lower lower what is case vowel. I think that's enough. Yes. The word begins with the lowercase vowel. So this is done, and you know very well whenever you use the if statement, you have to close the if with the fi. So if will begin. If you start with if, you have to close it with fi. Let me save this one. Save it. And for your information, how did I do it? I went to my document, and in my document I went inside BCA or my folder, and I went to the tools and opened the terminal, and within the terminal I am going to say this file name. What is the file name? You must be very careful with what the file name is. You start with the bash and you say exa4.sh. You press enter, and I will give the word my name. I'm going to say hello. Press enter, and nothing will happen because the word is not beginning with the vowel. Okay. Now I will use the up arrow. Remember, on your keyboard you have your up arrow. Just press the up arrow. Whatever you type, it will come. Okay. You can keep on pressing up arrow or down arrow to shift between the commands that you have typed. Press enter. This time I'm going to type OH. Okay. O is you know very well. O is a vowel. Why did I say O? Because O is a vowel. So it must begin with the vowel. If everything is proper, then let me go over here and press enter. You must say the word begins with the lowercase vowel. So you got the answer for that. Okay, now the next question is the same story, but it must begin with the uppercase vowel. So how do I do that? I'm not going to waste my time in typing this thing. Control C to copy it, and press enter. Control V to paste it. And this time only difference here is uppercase vowels are in capital A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Save it. Control S to save it. Now for your information, what did I do it? You can do it manually. This is the last time I will be trying it. So go to my document, go to BCA, don't double click on it. I will tell you, if you double click on it, you will get an easy option, but don't do it. I'll tell you finally I'll tell you what will happen if you double click on it. Open the terminal here, and then within the terminal you just type bash, bash, followed by the name of the file. Put a one space and a4.sh. Now I'm going to write the capital U, UH. Okay, and press enter. You must say it must begin with, oh sorry, copy paste means I blindly did a copy paste. Just a minute. Okay, so this is both where I'm typing lowercase. So this one should have been, sorry about that, uppercase. Save it and let's try one more time. Let me enter and let me say UH, and it begins with the uppercase because when I copy pasted, I copy pasted the lower itself, so it must be uppercase. This part must be uppercase. So that is done. What is the next thing that they have asked us? It ends with the digit. So let's go with the it ends with the digit. So how can I check whether it ends with the digit? Again, the same story. You have to just say word and the matching. I will not type it again. Control C to copy it. The same story, but what is it they are saying? Where is it gone? It ends with ends. We have to go. So how do I end? So first of all, it ends with digit. So what are the digits? Digits are from 0 to 9 are the digit, okay, and it ends with, so this is starting, you know very well, the caret is for starting and dollar is for ending, okay. So it ends with the, so that is it. So I can say it not begins, it ends with the digit. Digit, not love, this lower the vowel and other things are not there, so it ends with the digit. Okay, save it, save it, and this time I won't go there. You know very well how to do it. So uppercase, just press the upper arrow, and you don't have to type it again. Again, just press upper arrow and then press enter. And what I'm going to say, it will start with the uppercase vowel, and 4 just to say that it ends with the digit. So I must get to 2 outputs here. One is it begins with the uppercase vowel, and next one it ends with the digit. So that's done. What is the next thing they expect us to do? The next thing that they have expected us to do is whether it is a 3-letter word. So this time I have to check whether the length of it is equal to 3. How do I do that thing? Again, I will not type this whole thing again and again. I'm going to say Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it. So done. And then I have to check whether this word, length of this word, how do I get this length of this word? So what is that I am supposed to do it? I'm going to go with an expression. So where is this one? This is the, okay, this is the one I'm supposed to. So it ends with, so this word, I want the length of the word, not the dollar, the number sign. Okay, so number sign and evaluate it. Remember, number sign will give you the length of the word, and you have to evaluate and get the answer. That answer must be equal to what? You cannot use the word equal. So what is that you are using? EQ for equal. That equal will not work. It must be equal to 3. That is what they have said. So let's look at what they have said. Whether it is a 3-letter word. So you start with the length of the word, whatever input that you have given. So length of the word. Here you have said, where is it? Length of the word. You said length of the word, and you have to evaluate the expression to get the actual length. That you compare it with the 3. If it is 3, what are you going to say? It is okay, what you are going to say. It is a 3-letter word. Then happy with that? Okay. Control yes to save it, or you can click on here to save it. One and the same. Okay. Just go here. I'm going to show you only last time. So what is the procedure? You go to my documents, open this, double clicking on it to BCA folder, and don't double click on it. Go and open the terminal. Okay, open the terminal, and then you say bash followed by the file name, and file name is case sensitive. So exa4.sh, press enter. So I'm going to say O and 4, O4. Press enter. It begins with the lowercase vowel. It ends with the digit. Yes, it is a three-letter word. You get that one. Okay. Suppose if I run again, and if I start with capital OH5, and you notice that it begins with the uppercase vowel, it ends with the digit, and it is a three-letter word. So this is what you are supposed to do it. Now the question is, what if you double click on this one? If you double click on this one, it will open it in Kate. Kate is that advanced editor. It will open it in Kate, no doubt. Okay. And the bad part of the Kate is, if you go to the tools over here, you can actually run this script here. Okay. I'm going just to zoom in for you. You can, if you go to the, if you open it in Kate, and if you go to the tools, and you can directly run it, or run this script here. Now when you run this script, I'm going to zoom out for you now. Just if you run this, if you go here action tool and run the script, it will actually run. You'll see, wow, it is running. And you say O and 4, you do it, you press enter, nothing will happen. The reason is, if there is an error, it won't show up what is the error. So that is the problem with the Kate. If everything is perfect, it will run and show you the output. Now I'm going to purposely make one mistake over here. Just somewhere I'm going to remove one letter from it here. Okay. So maybe I'm going to remove this. I will make it in capital Fi. So somewhere I'm going to make it as capital Fi. So you are supposed to write it in uppercase. I made it as capital SY. I'm going to just save it. Okay. Save this one. And I'm going to run this one now, uppercase, and run it. And I'm going to say O4. And you see that line 21 has syntax error. Can you notice that? This kind of error, you won't see it if you run it in Kate. That is the shell of this Kate, or the script of this Kate. If you double click on this one, and if you run it from here, it won't show you that there is actually one line, there is a script error and everything. It won't show you. It will show you only in the shell, and we are using bash shell, and I think it is using sh, the ordinary sh it is using. So sometimes the valuation, it may not do it properly. So it is better you come to the shell and then run this one. Now you notice that line number 24, just go to the line number 24 here. You notice that it is missing that line number. So it may miss the line number. It may say that line number 24 has an unexpected problem. The reason is, it is actually searching for fi, because there are two if where there it just got confused, and it assume that this end of if should have come here. Okay. So sometimes it just you see a wrong answer. Be careful with that. Now I made it as small case fi, and I run it properly. And if I say hello, and you will notice that nothing will come, because this is not less than, not more than, another thing. And if it is not more than, if you're not less than, you can use else, and you can just evaluate that thing. But I am not going to do that, because then the script becomes a slightly lengthier one. Okay, I can put else. If this is not matching, then I can say else, and it is not a uppercase, else it is not a lowercase, else, and so on. I can do it, but I think it is not really required. You are just checking for something, and if it is there, you say. If it is not there, you just leave it. It is not there. What you can do it. Okay. So this is what you are supposed to do. It. Then you close this one, close this one, close this one. Remember, this is an system by itself. So you cannot simply shut down the machine and go it, because next time when you open it, this itself will get corrupted. How if you just switch off of the Windows system, how it gets corrupted? Same thing. This is a virtual machine running on your machine. You have to shut it down in order for you to start over again. So go here and then say turn off, and like a good student, shut down the machine. So you have to shut down this machine, then you are you can guarantee that next time it will start. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise.